button.
Got it.
I've got it. Thank you.
Got it
And
again.
tonight, we talk about 2012's This Is 40. That's the movie. This is one of Russ's favorites.
What's the title?
This Is 40.
Okay,
Not This
thank
Is
you.
Us, which is a common thing that comes up. Joe, you're 43.
Thanks for blowing me out on that. Jesus Christ,
Right.
dude. Can I get some
dude,
warning?
you're so old.
42.
Jesus.
Russ, how old are you?
35.
So let me ask you a question. Who do you think you are? What makes you love this
40.
movie? I really want to hear you talk about why you love this movie and then give it a grade.
For me and Sonia watching it together, it makes us laugh a lot. It makes us grow closer as a couple every time. And those are great things. So that's why I love this movie. It's my favorite movie to watch with her. We also watch things like
High Fidelity.
Not High Fidelity.
Which I did return to you. I don't know if you guys found it or not.
You just walked in here. She's making a face. She's really... No, don't come on camera.
That was so sweet.
Yeah, right.
I made sure you got it back.
But yeah,
She's
like
talking about her husband, you dick. Not about High Fidelity. Nobody gives a shit about John Cusack.
Hey,
all right, get out of here, honey.
stop eating cupcakes.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
I guess I give it 2 ratings. So one of them would be my based on all that emotion that I just said, A-. But the one that I think the masses would give it, if they're fans of Paul Rudd and everything, maybe a B.
All right. Well, Joe Morgan, neither currently married and over
with
the 40 hump.
And over the 40
kids.
hump.
I do not have kids.
Officially outnumbered by your children, which has always seemed awfully dangerous to me. As a parent, you don't want to be outnumbered by your children. So many people make that choice, and it's like,
I made the proper move of telling my children when they were young and impressionable that I was Superman. You ever seen me and Superman in the same place? Think about it.
I've never seen Superman. Not real.
Suspension of disbelief lasts for a little while. Go ahead and rate and grade this movie. Tell us a little bit about your experience with it.
It's going to be short and sweet. I don't have a long, rambling, sweet interlude like Russ did. I feel like this is the ultimate film representation of a meme strip put together for tired, exhausted, over 40-year-olds. And this movie has absolutely probably no redeeming factors. The tie-in, but I got more to say. D-.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So this is your waiting. Because your
Yes,
description.
it's funny. I wanted to make that comparison. I feel about this movie how you guys felt about Waiting.
All right.
Yeah, the meme comment and everything. Yeah.
Succinctly said. All right. Well, Judd Apatow wrote and directed this movie, cast his family as he did so often. Personally, I think if you look at Judd Apatow's body of work, his movies he directs, he hit heaters, not counting the TV shows, which if you haven't seen the Pete Holmes HBO Being a Stand-Up Comedian in New York, God, that's a good show. But
because everybody's got that on their watch list.
Right. It's really good.
It's for tomorrow.
It's called Crashing. It's called Crashing. But he really is a much better producer. He really has an eye for picking out great comedy movies that are going to get made versus actually being the director. Of course, his first two are 40-Year-Old Virgin, which is a near masterpiece, and then Knocked Up, which this movie is a sort of sequel to it. Do you know that they reference Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl's character in this movie? Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't the wife in this movie her friend or something in Knocked Up? And
No,
his
so
wife?
she is from Knocked Up. They both of these characters are from Knocked Up. The other,
Right. I
there's a
gotta
couple
watch
other
Knocked
people.
Up again.
Yeah, it's a really good. The last time I watched it, I felt like it kind of fell apart, but it's got some really great stuff. Like this one, maybe a little too long, maybe just a little too long.
Oh, definitely too long.
Yeah,
And
they
I
could,
thought,
this could be 20 minutes shorter.
yeah,
Dude,
is a little
this,
too
this whole
indulgent.
movie could have been a half hour.
Right, yeah.
According to the plot, yeah, it could have. It was a little overindulgent. Overall, I'd give it like a C minus. It's still got some really funny moments. Really got some stuff that I enjoyed watching, but overall, not. If I'm going to recommend a Judd Apatow directed movie, I would definitely go 40-Year-Old Virgin. He hit on some things with that, with allowing the guys to riff. That I think he's tried to replicate. Any of you guys seen this is King of Staten Island?
A long time ago. It's been a while. I think
Well,
I've
it's
seen
a
it
new
once.
movie. Came out last year during the pandemic.
Oh, well then no.
But
They'll just make shit up.
No,
That's
I
his
mean,
latest.
It sounded familiar. But
But Funny People also, I think, worth mentioning. Also a little too long. But Funny People's a really great movie. If you guys haven't seen that, Randy and Yo Teach. Yo Teach is one of my favorite things from any movie. Anyway, so Paul Rudd.
We should mention something
Okay.
for the viewers.
Let's mention it.
yes, for the audience, please.
All 4 of them.
Yep. Jason, chime in the comments.
That there's a distinct difference between the 3 of us. Joe, single man with children. Myself, married, no children.
Aging.
Ben, I don't know, kind of married with kids.
But they're all grown. I'm out of this stage. Although,
yeah,
So
I'd
you're
love
so
to have
you're so cute.
but you can in the moment you can at least relate to every part that might be considered, I don't know, hardship or funny or
yeah, I
whatever,
feel like this
you know.
movie goes through concepts like it took a look. He looked at his life at 40. I'm gonna sneeze.
Good job.
Looking out. There you go. Number 3.
Just edit this out. Hopefully not, but very likely.
Wait, you
So
got something on your lip.
and edit. Yeah, I feel like at 40, he looked at his life and it's like, what do? I have a day-to-day relationship with my wife, the normal days. We've got us trying to be successful in our lives, and let's write a little bit about how that looks. Weekends away, which are what you live for at 40. Get ready for it, Russ. You already do anyway. And then interacting with the kids at school, trying to change, the fallout from addressing that change, and then trying to have resolution. So I feel like this movie goes in segments where he just tried to fit together fun stuff that he gets out of everyday life.
Yeah, but he fit it together so poorly. Like the overarching plot and the way that it was captured on film. Not that there's not a valid story there to tell. There is, and it could be told in comedically like he attempted, but the total package is just severely lacking. I mean, I can't tell you how many times it went from a cut from one scene to the next, and it was just like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Can you
and,
give an example?
I like specifically their weekend away. You know, when Ben brought that up, that whole interlude just seemed like an absolute, like not even a speed bump. Like that shit was damn near a freaking barrier to the flow of the movie. There was no intro. There was no. They just
No
cut
planning.
They just cut it in.
Huge issue there. No planning for the weekend away. That's not 40.
Not
That
gonna
is
happen.
not 40.
Not gonna, like, I get the extravagance on
Why?
the room service. No.
Because you
Why
got to
would
plan that
you
shit.
guys-
You got
why
kids.
would you want to watch that? What? Let's watch the planning. You already
Dude,
said
all
this
they would have
movie
had,
is too
all it
long.
would have had to have been was been
Two
a
lines.
cut scene of him browsing on the internet for some 3-night, 2-day getaway friggin' Groupon shit, and I'd have bought it.
So instead, driving to the vacation and where you just figure out, oh, they're taking a vacation. You're like, oh no, that
No,
can't do
this disconnect for me.
This is crazy.
No, the drive is actually an important thing. The drive is something that's actually real, I think, in
Right,
my
the
own
drive.
experience. The drive is a good part of it. It's a nice part of it. Let's talk a little bit about the movie itself. Paul Rudd, good for that guy for becoming an Avenger, right? I mean, he's dude, so talented, so funny. I feel like he's masterfully maneuvered his career out of things like this that he was really well known for, roles on Friends, things like that. And now I mean, does he need to work anymore? Probably not. Just go be a dad for his kids.
Does he
Probably-
need to work? Let's see net worth.
Probably one of the coolest actors that I can think of in modern day Hollywood.
Holy
in
shit.
The approach to his career and managing who he is. I wouldn't say he's a great actor per se. I mean, he's generally speaking, he's got a lot of the mannerisms and whatever he is carries over into his character. But
Everything you say is wrong.
okay.
Chuck from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, dude. They call me Cooney.
Yeah.
Means Chuck. You sound like you're from London. All right.
Wait,
What?
coming back
What's his
to
net
Paul-
worth?
Yeah, what's his net worth?
if you guys had to guess, Ben, what do you think it is?
200 million.
Oh, wow. You're really generous. Can you be my financial advisor?
I think that would
I
be
was-
a very
I
bad
was gonna-
idea.
I was gonna say 89 million.
Holy shit. Wow. You guys are both way up there. He's worth 70 million.
All right. Well,
Well, I was still closer.
I
I
mean,
win.
200,
Ha!
200 million. Do you know how many actors are that close to $1 billion?
I thought maybe he managed his money well. I don't know.
Beat Ben
He was in
again.
Wet Hot American Summer, so I expect him to be very rich from that lucrative movie.
How often do you guys search net worths? Because I probably do it
Not
once
very
a week.
Mm.
often.
Never.
Not very
70
often.
million is really high. Really
Huh.
high.
It's
Interesting.
up there, especially for Hollywood.
So, all man, you guys know that's Judd Apatow's wife in real life, and those are actually their children playing their children. Is this?
I don't know. No, that's news to me. Awesome.
Is that right?
Yeah,
So that's actually their kids. That's
cool.
actually Judd Apatow's wife. Likes to cast her in the roles. Personally, I feel like again, I hate to say it, but 40-year-old virgin, her being the drunk girl at the club who throws up on Steve Carell, probably my favorite role for her. This one's not bad though. She's really likable as Deb.
I think
Yeah.
she's great in this role, although I feel like everything in this between the two daughters and both of them is like 1.2. It's realism with 0.2 just added for comedic value.
Right.
So she's a little bit unrealistic because she's over the top in that way. But I don't know, she's really likable and believable, and the shit that she says and cares about and does is like, come on, I deal with that shit every day.
I tell you what's severely
And I
underrated
love you,
in this
Sonia.
movie, and I can say this because I'm the single guy, is spite. Like spite is severely underrepresented in this movie at a relationship of this age. Like,
Dude.
you don't just get to friggin' turn around and try to sell the house out from underneath me and don't tell me that your record company is failing. You don't get that pass.
So that brings to one of the fun questions that Kelly asked me as we were watching it is, who is more wrong? When they're at the highest point, I'm like, dude, it's not even a question. He lent his father $80,000 without telling her.
Yep.
His record company is failing. He's talking about selling the house. Yeah, she's well in the right.
No, this movie ends in divorce in the real world. Like that's how this movie ends in the real world.
Now she's obviously like the winner, right? Whatever it is, it's her in this movie. There's scenes though when they're fighting and the shit that he's saying, like I'm not on his side, but I'm like, that little bit in me is like, yeah, shut up. You know,
because this is the total post friggin' midlife crisis deal. The dude's a successful record executive.
No, he's not.
Whatever it was
he's
did previous.
He's unsuccessful. He signed Pearl Jam for Sony, and then they fired him or whatever.
I got the impression more of the lines that this was scripted more in the lines of a midlife crisis type breakdown where dude took his passion that he was good at, and then rather than just getting paid, wanted to expand out, feed his ego. Mm-hmm. They had the comments about the sign, and now he realizes, well, but this is 40. You can't do that shit, and there isn't consequences. The consequences are, guess what? Your kids lose their home. Like, fuck the wife. I don't care about the wife, but the friggin' kids. You know what I mean? Like, for me, that part.
That's such a Joe statement. It's like,
I was looking for my next wife when I met my first one. Shit.
But they don't go into the timeline on
that's
on
Ian
their
Malcolm.
Past
You
stuff.
stole that from Ian Malcolm. Always looking for the next ex Mrs. Malcolm.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
That's right.
But yeah, I guess it could have been that he made $1 million working for Sony and quit 2 years ago, bought that big house, and was like, "This is a good idea."
You don't just open your own record company without a nest egg or a nut or some shit.
No, I spent 30 grand on a neon sign, so he had some kind of cash.
And an awesome broad at home friggin' holding it down, you know what I mean? Making it happen. Like I get that subtext, but I think that was an underrepresented subtext in the movie of this is his post midlife crisis. Like people don't talk about that with 40. People always talk about the midlife crisis within your mid 30s to late 30s. Nobody talks about, all right, well, this is the fallout from your midlife crisis.
You know what else I got a bone to pick?
Got to be driving the red BMW.
You're saying that I'm going to have my midlife crisis right now?
I'm not saying anything, Russ.
I mean, I think what he's saying is you should have had it 5 years ago if you keep on going on the way you've been.
I think Russ is winning. That's what I think. I think Russ is winning.
It's true. All kidding aside, Russ has got this shit handled. Dude, the 40-year-old proctology appointment is not real in my experience. I'm 42 and I've never had a doctor like, well, it's time.
I had to do it when I was younger for other health concerns. So I'm ready.
There's a light bulb up there.
Dude, I've done it.
Wait, I'll spit on it for you. I'm good. I got you.
I've never been more relieved to, I mean, it's actually only happened once, but have some man put his finger up my butt and tell me everything's okay. That was a good day.
Missing out. I'm just
That was a
missing
good day.
I
out.
love
Didn't
you.
even have to use your AK.
I love you, Russ, for
Didn't have
giving me
to
that
use
soundbite.
I know. I know. You're lucky I'm 3 beers in.
All right,
Don't
so
worry,
let's
I'll
talk
save
about
it.
some more great shit in this movie. Most of the co-stars are fucking phenomenal. I find that Jason Segel wears a little thin. It's funny that he reprises the same role from Knocked Up for The Bodies by Jason. He's got some funny stuff. Hey, I've got that in my fridge. I love that Red Seal Ale. But the Chris O'Dowd, the Irish guy that works with him at the record company, his thing about you can't show young Graham Parker and then jump to old Graham Parker. You'll give
No,
people a
this-
fucking heart attack.
no, that was
It's
great.
so true. It's
was
so
great.
true for editing. It's like, yeah, no, start old, soften them up with, hey, this guy used to be young, and then bring him back to the modern day.
That
It's
guy's-
funny. Yeah.
I was just gonna say his character is great.
Really great when they're at the table. He's like, "What the fuck is happening right now with between Megan Fox and Jason Segel?" Yeah, pretty good. And then Lena Dunham is the other coworker in the record store. I could have swore Tig Notaro had a role in this movie. I could have. It must be some other movie very similar.
Hey,
where
Russ,
there's
do
like
you
a
know who
record
that is?
company.
Russ Googled it faster than me. Who is that?
She's a
Oh,
comedian.
I was just trying to see if she's in the movie.
Let's find out if Ben's lying
Unless I
to
fell
us again.
asleep. No, it's Lena Dunham, and Judd Apatow produced Girls for a while, which she wrote and starred in.
No, she is not in this movie.
No, I could have swore she was. And then Robert Smigel, creator of the ambiguously great gay duo from SNL and Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, is Paul Rudd's biking buddy. Love Robert Smigel,
Where do
dude.
you get these?
He's great.
references from?
Dude, I
I
followed
love
him. He's a writer for SNL. I love SNL. He's from The Best Years with Sandler. Dude, love Smigel.
Strong opinions.
Have you
on
ever
tonight's
noticed how
episode.
in a lot of Judd Apatow movies, it's probably just his circle, but it's always got like this underlying Jew thing going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's Jewish, so he's going to exploit that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the role of Paul Rudd's father was written especially for Albert Brooks. He was the only
Which was
person to
good.
play that role, I guess.
I did like the little.
Yeah, he is
I
the
did like the little
worst.
confrontation between the two dads. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
That
That was
was
pretty good. It was like, wait a minute, how did two absentee dads fight it out?
Yeah.
I
right,
really
well, I
like
guess
the
it was-
commentary.
I guess it was deadbeat, not absentee. They were both deadbeat dads.
Right. Well, I mean, he
'Cause
was
you could
definitely absent.
Well, because
Lithgow.
you could still be present and be a deadbeat, which his Aptow's dad was absolutely.
80K, dude.
When Paul Rudd says to her dad that everything I do in life is wrong because of you,
I kinda
that
wanted to clap.
resonated a little bit, like not with me or anything, but I got it at that point.
Wait,
Like-
say what? What? I need clarification. Which scene?
At the party, which again, another great point about this movie. I love a party scene in a movie. I used to want to write the ultimate, one night party movie, and then Superbad came out, and I was like, well, fuck this. I don't need to
Also, it's not
Never
the
gonna
hangover
top
for
it.
you.
say what?
It's not the hangover. So many people, it's the hangover.
No way. No, an actual movie where you follow people through a party. You know what else does it really good is Booksmart. If you guys haven't seen that,
Dude, get him to the Greek.
it's a fucking funny movie. But
Get
that's
him
not
to
a
the
party
Greek.
movie.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just
it
a
is.
drug movie. Jesus,
Joe,
that's
you
not a
That's a
drug
party
like
movie.
get him to the Greek?
Yeah, it's like a 48-hour period. Are you kidding me? That's like the ultimate party
What was-
movie. That's the party
is-
that never stops.
It's the first comedy that Joe and I both like. We need to do that one.
Oh, I love
Sure.
Get Him to the Greek.
That is fucking crazy. That's dude. Anyway,
Oh, dude, that's the next movie I want to host.
No, Ben is the
no,
host.
we've agreed the recorded intros are for D&D only.
Fuck you guys.
And yeah, John Lithgow does a great job. The fact that he sticks around at the end, he keeps saying he's going to go, but then he comes back because he knows he needs to reconcile. I thought that was actually one of the better components of the movie.
It could have been a great movie. It really could have been a great movie. It had the chops. It just,
I think it was a great movie.
I think it could have been even. I think they even had it all in the recording. They just edited it together badly. It came off like literally. It was like as I was watching the movie, I was like, "This is memes that you see on your Facebook feed played out."
What can you describe that for me? Because you've said that even before we were on this, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
So memes are like still pictures from things, and you put funny captions on them.
No, never mind. Never mind. Ben's here. I forgot that when Ben's here,
the
that
blowjob
things
scene
have to be
with the kids
explained in
pounding on the
stupid-
door. The friggin' the weekend getaway sticks out as a big one for me. That one just really broke the flow of the movie for me. The
Those aren't
discovering
memes.
they are all memes.
Ben,
You can encapsulate
thing
all
again?
of those scenes in just a meme.
No, every
Weekend
fucking
getaways.
movie.
It'd be him with the oranges and the banana, and weekend getaways.
Right.
You could do that with any movie ever.
You
There could be a meme of Saving Private Ryan where Tom Hanks is just like ducking for cover. That's the whole
It makes
fucking
no
movie.
sense at all. But regardless, this movie fits the template. Private
you
Ryan,
say
not
so.
so much. Unless you're talking about kill death ratio.
ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
What?
Really
What
love the
about-
fact that the lost subplot in this movie. Love it. Love it. It was my favorite thing about it, probably. Loved the lost subplot.
I loved how like she did not get to watch the last two episodes for the
Still
longest
have not
time.
seen Lost.
The last two episodes are like the two episodes that ruin the show. I have not seen them, but I have
don't
read
think
about them.
so.
I watched all of Lost with Ben side by side. And I don't know why, but I just like didn't watch the last two. And
Oh, well, you
everyone,
should've.
I don't know. Everyone told I've actually started the show twice, gotten halfway through the last season,
Yeah.
and not finished it.
It's because the last season is so kind of high concept. Like you've really got to make it through to the end. Yeah, it's tough to watch. Really, after Brian
It's like
K.
a
Vaughan
Christopher
stopped
Nolan
being a
movie.
writer. Yeah, the supposition in Lost is definitely at Nolan level. For
Now I'll
sure.
have to watch it. Now I'll
For
have to watch
sure.
it.
Fun fact about this movie: made for 35 million, made 88.1 million. Find that hard to believe, but there we go. It
Wow.
made more than Paul Rudd is worth, apparently.
That's cool.
Bada bang.
Are we gonna talk about Melissa McCarthy?
Yes. Let us please. That poor woman and her high nipples. And then the outtakes during the middle of the credits where they're like,
Oh,
I
they
just
were
let
great.
her go.
They were
Oh my
great.
God, dude.
Those were great.
Yeah.
That
she-
improving that scene would have been so much fun. Just
Yeah.
sitting there next to her, watching them crack up like I'm cracking up. It's one of the few outtake scenes that goes on and on and on. It very much like a Steve Carell skit where they can keep going. Everyone around them is cracking up, but they can hold that straight face and just keep being stupid and weird.
right.
I gotta hand it to her. She did awesome. And like, what is she known for other than that? Like Gilmore Girls. Good for her.
Maybe
Nah,
some Mike and Molly.
She kills
This-
it. She's got her delivery down.
This is before Bridesmaids, right? Bridesmaids really catapulted her.
Yeah.
I
When
don't
she
know.
says it's coming out of me like lava.
Yeah. Honestly, we
I have
really
to
need
grab
to
a
do
beer.
that movie. That's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also executive produced, but not directed by Judd Apatow.
good at finding things, but not directing.
Exactly. He's decent at it.
I like
yeah,
this
and
movie,
then
yeah.
Paul Rudd threatening her, I thought was especially funny when he's telling her he's gonna hit her with his car. I was like, holy shit, dude, you're on school property. This
No,
is
he's gonna hit
bad.
her son
In
with
front of
his
her
car.
son. Like there were witnesses. Like you don't do that.
Oh, cracked me up.
I love how well they just. Oh, really? No, I said
Oh, see, and that
that technology is dangerous and we need to monitor our children.
Yes.
see, and that was a funny commentary on being a parent because that's how that shit happens. Like I talk to my kids all the time about I don't care what you say, I don't care how it goes down, don't get involved because if it goes anywhere, it's going to be their story against yours and it's going to be who tells that story the most. And you'll lose. Just
100%
don't.
of the time.
Just avoid that shit because that's exactly how friggin' that bullshit plays out. I hate it. That scene in the movie made me angry. I was like, motherfucker. I was her.
mean,
I was
but
her.
she
I'd have
kinda
come
deserved it,
unglued.
right?
Like, dude, I'd have fucking knocked a motherfucker out if I'd have been stuck in that.
Whatever, they end up dating each other, the kids. And it's so great that she's
of
like,
course.
you can tell she knows the counselor and she's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. Your husband, I'm glad your husband died. He probably killed himself.
Oh, dude, that shit was so. I was like, oh, I actually
Yeah, fucking
exclaimed
harsh.
at that part. I was like, damn.
when she realizes like she's not gonna win, and she goes, maybe if I looked more like a fucking bank commercial, like the two of you, you're a fucking bank commercial. It's just
Which
great.
I thought was actually a good point. These are definitely like well-to-do white people problems. This whole movie is, yeah, it's all sugar-coated with the fact that they don't have to deal with a lot of bullshit. So the little amount of bullshit they have to deal with is, you know.
I have a great follow up for that off camera.
Okay. All right.
Or on camera, as the case may be, whatever.
So
Nice.
what are we missing? Any favorite scenes? Okay.
I mean,
Well, not
just came off it. I do really like the scene. It's such a hard scene, but where they're really arguing, and you guys are gonna hate me for this, but they talk about if we would have ever even gotten married if we didn't get pregnant and everything. That scene is so hard for me to watch with Sonia, probably because we both love this movie so much, and we, as it progresses, like our emotions progress, and when they're fighting, we're kind of like upset with each other and we're sad and everything. But at the end of that scene, every time we've watched this, we look at each other and we're so thankful that we do not have children. And we just say, let's not have kids.
I'm
So-
happy for you, Russ. I'm happy.
Yeah. I really want to hear
for you.
about the discussions you have about daydreaming about killing each other.
We did not talk about that actually, but oh no, we did.
I feel
And
like
she
that's a
said she
great
would do
part
it
of
the same
movie.
way. She said she would do it the same way. She would slowly poison me. We had a detailed conversation
You'd
about
have
it.
to
and
be
I
all
didn't-
dependent on me.
Wait, how are you going to do her?
I didn't get a chance to. It was just about me. Just about me dying. In fact, every time there's something about like collecting insurance or if we ever get divorced, it's just her winning. I hope that nothing bad ever happens.
But if it does, we've got this video
She's going to
recording.
destroy me.
And every murder case, the first person they investigate is the spouse, and that tells you everything you need to know about marriage.
Yeah, everyone who watches this and my two friends here, if I die, check check our Alexa, see if she recorded anything. I don't know. But
Don't worry, I'll still be
Make
here,
sure the
guys.
dogs-
I'll be the guy on the retro video that they cut in with me young, and then they show me old, and it performs badly. Like I'm gonna adopt that.
Good stuff. All right. Any other comments about This Is 40?
Could have been a great movie. Didn't deliver.
Can I ask you guys, being 40, could you relate?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there's-
absolutely.
Tons in this movie that's
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
fuck you. Bring up your ratings.
it's a meme movie. I laughed.
No,
I
as a
laughed.
movie, it's very disjointed. It's too long. There is way too much conflict that is just shitty and under the surface.
Never mind. We don't want to talk about that. What did
Well,
Kelly say?
She thought the Asian worker was funny. Specifically
that
when
scene-
she's firing her and she starts doing the voices.
That was pretty amusing.
Yeah.
What
thought
about
that,
the scene?
Wait, and it's funny. So now, as men, have we overlooked the role of her power move and her career that's represented in the movie? Like she's running her own shop, dealing with her
No, I
own
thought it was-
employees
No,
and
no,
overhead
she's-
stuff.
In this movie, she's the one with her shit together.
Right.
Yeah, she did great.
And turned down the hockey player with the hat trick, which is
Right.
another great scene. I'm married, I'm pregnant, and whatever else she said. That's what we call the hat trick.
Again, indicative.
And
What
the
about-
guy she's talking to, fun fact, that's the son of Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Oh, hey, there you go.
You know-
That's a fun fact.
You know who we didn't talk about at all?
Megan Fox. Yeah.
Did this scene where Paul
She in
Rudd,
this movie?
says maybe she's wearing panties with a picture of a vagina on them.
Oh, she was the other clerk.
Yes.
Now I see.
Yeah,
it.
no, when they're at the party and she's in the pool and the guy, you think our wives are looking at us? Oh, they're definitely looking at us. Yeah. You look like disgusting pedophiles right now. Yeah, she brought some pretty funny stuff. She herself is, somewhat funny. That when they're watching the videotape and she's having sex at work, that's Bill Hader plays the dude who she's having sex with. I think that's pretty funny.
Bill
So
Hader's
glad I'm
awesome.
Bill
So-
Hader's like, hell yeah, I'll take this little bit role.
Are you kidding me? You want me to do
What about
Wrestle with
Billy
Megan
Joe
Fox half
Armstrong?
naked?
Oh, that's right. God, I wanted to start off the show with Grow Up, Green Day.
Grow up, Green Day. Shut the fuck
was
up,
pretty
Tom
good.
Selleck.
Yeah, dude.
They use that scene where he comes off the stage and runs off with Green Day as such an indicator of where he was at with his record company.
Mhm.
Like if he was serious about his business, who wouldn't go? You got invited to go have beers with those guys. Like what? Why are you going home?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be photographed. How punk rock of me. Grow up, Green Day.
Yeah. In Funny People, he throws the Eminem cameo in there. That's pretty funny as well. I don't know if it's got as good of a line with he tells Ray Romano something mean and says, I thought everybody loved you. Not as funny, but Eminem in that movie is pretty great.
I don't think I've seen Funny People.
No,
I
it's really
haven't.
good. Really
Mm.
good.
I haven't, or if I did, I probably couldn't finish it because it's a Ben movie.
Well, it's a Judd Apatow movie. It's very similar to this one.
And what was my
Only-
grade on this movie?
Adam Sandler finds that he's got a rare blood disease.
It's an absolute shocker that I haven't seen it.
It's a little depressing.
The kill
know
death ratio is low.
The Eminem's best cameo, The Interview. Have you guys seen The Interview
I'm not.
where they go to North Korea?
No,
Rogan and
I
James Franco?
haven't.
Oh,
I
dude.
never saw it. I just read
Eminem-
about it a bunch.
Like I was playing gay chicken my whole life. Dude, Eminem's cameo in that is dynamite.
Wow.
That's the movie that got banned in North Korea or something.
Right. Sony
Like,
leaked it, and there was this whole yeah.
So what's
Actually,
next week?
really, really funny.
have you guys seen This Is the End? All right, we should end the show.
Yeah. What's next
Absolutely.
week?
Yeah.
What's
good
next
one.
week?
It's gonna be a movie.